There's moments in history that force people to confront a very uncomfortable question. And that question is justice real? When people hear about powerful individuals harming the innocent, especially children, something inside of us reacts immediately. We feel anger, grief, and we feel a deep sense of something that's terribly wrong. And for many people, the reports surrounding the Epstein case created exactly that reaction. The details came out and shocked the world. They exposed a network of wealth, influence, and abuse that many people never imagined could exist at that level. And the hardest part for many people was this question: will justice actually happen? Because throughout history, the powerful have often escaped consequences, and money can buy lawyers, influence can buy silence, and systems that should protect the vulnerable often fail. But the Bible addresses this tension directly, because Scripture repeatedly says that the Creator hears the cry of the oppressed. In Exodus, when Israel was suffering under oppression, it says that their cries went up before God. In the Psalms, we see the same pattern. The writers often ask why the wicked seem to prosper while the innocent suffer. So this question isn't new. Humanity has been wrestling with it for thousands of years. But the biblical answer is clear. Justice may appear delayed, but it's never forgotten. The prophets repeatedly warn leaders who exploit the weak. They say that those who harm the innocent will eventually face judgment. In Matthew chapter 18, Yahusha gives one of the strongest warnings in the entire New Testament. He says that anyone who harms a child would be better off with a millstone around their neck and cast into the sea. That's not soft language. It shows how seriously heaven views the protection of the vulnerable. The reality is that human justice systems are imperfect, and sometimes they work, oftentimes they fail. But the biblical worldview says that no act of injustice disappears into history unnoticed. Every action is recorded. Every hidden thing will eventually be revealed, and every person will ultimately stand before a judge who cannot be bribed, manipulated, or deceived. And that truth is both sobering and hopeful. Sobering because it means no one escapes accountability forever, and hopeful because it means evil does not have the final word. For those who feel anger or grief when hearing about the suffering of innocent people, that reaction reflects something important. It reflects the fact that human beings were created with a sense of justice. We instinctively know that harming the innocent is wrong, and the biblical message doesn't ignore that instinct. It affirms it. And it reminds us that the cry for justice isn't just a human cry. It's something heaven itself responds to. And history shows us that evil often hides for a time, but Scripture insists that darkness doesn't remain hidden forever. The day of reckoning may come slower than we want, but those who thought they were untouchable will one day stand before a judge they can't influence, because justice in the end isn't optional, it's inevitable.